Hey guys, what is up, and I welcome you to episode number 6 of League of Myths. I'd really much appreciate it if you guys can throw in a like if you did enjoy this episode, but without any further ado, the first myth is: what happens if you assist an assister who assisted a killer, submitted by Chang X? So this one might sound confusing, so let me kind of break it down for you guys. We're saying that if Champion A heals Champion B, and then Champion B goes and heals Champion C, and then Champion C gets a kill on another champion, so Champion D, will Champion A get an assist for all of that action? So in this scenario, you can see that the Tara killed the Soraka. The Soraka came up and healed me, and then I went up and killed the Sona, and only Soraka got the assist, not Tarek. And making our way to the next myth: can Draven still catch an axe while he is in Skarner's Ultimates? This one's submitted by Demashia El Masi on Twitter. So naturally, to test this one, we have Skarner and Draven all in one game. Just as Skarner is ready with his ultimate, Draven will begin spinning his axe, auto-attack the Skarner, have the axe in the air, Skarner will ulti the Draven, and as you can see, Draven happened to catch his axe while still being chained in Skarner's ultimates. However, we were also curious, will this same exact principle apply with Draven's ultimate? So of course, in order to test this, we have Draven throw his ultimate across the map, and as it's coming back, as you can see it's coming back now, I ulti the Draven, put him in front of me, and he catches the axes, of course. But the last scenario we want to try out is the same exact thing, but this time, can Skarner still get hit by the axes on their return while he is ulting the Draven? Exact same thing like before, except this time I'm purposely putting myself in front of Draven so the axes have to go through me before they get to Draven, and I still take the damage. Here's a funny blooper of us trying to test this exact myth just now, but I failed quite a bit with Skarner. Oh, yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So that's ulti you here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Coming back.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm actually so sure with this champion.
Why
Oh
are you playing
my.
this show?
And the next myth, submitted by Joe Nix, is: how does the Hydra and Hurricane items interact with N and Kales attacks or forms? So of course, N and Kale both have a range and a melee type attack form. For N, of course, it's her standard form, and her Cougar form is melee, and Kale, of course, her E switches between range and attack. We have the Hurricane on N, and as you can see, when I was in range form, the Hurricane worked properly. When I'm in melee form, it of course does not work. But now let's see it on Kale. As Kale begins auto-attacking in the melee form, as you can see, nothing is happening with the Hurricane item. Just as he activates his E and auto-attacks with that, of course turning it into range mode, he begins spitting out the Hurricane effect. Next, we tested with Time Out, which is pretty much the same thing as Hydra. As I'm attacking with my range form this time onto the minions, of course, naturally nothing is happening with the AoE splash effect. As I go into Cougar form, you can see that it automatically begins to work, and I can also use the active effect. When I was in range mode, I was not able to use the active effect of Time Out. And now to see how it works with Kale. First, he activates his ranged weapon attack, which is not doing anything with Time Out, and he cannot use the effect either. Just as the range effect finishes and he goes back into melee form and attacks the minions, the splash effect begins to work, and he's also able to use the active effect of the item. But naturally, we wanted to test out what happens if you have both items in your inventory. As I auto attack in the range mode, you can see Hurricane is of course proccing without any problems. As I go into melee form, Hydra begins working, but Hurricane does not work. And the exact same scenario is applied to Kale. Melee form, only the Time Out or Hydra works. In range form, only the Hurricane works. So long story short, both items will work on these champions. And the final myth for this episode is: what happens if Zillian ultis a Yorick ghosted champion, submitted by Leo? So in this myth, we had two random champions, myself being the Sona and Lee Sin being the killer. We have Yorick and Zillian on the same team. As the Yorick puts his ultimate on me, the Lee Sin comes in and kills me with his ultimate. As I respawn in the Yorick ghost form, the Zillian begins to try putting his ultimate on me, but unfortunately he cannot even activate it on a Yorick ghosted champion. However, what happens if I have a Yorick ulti and a Zillian ulti both on me? What procs first? And judging by what you see just now, the Yorick ulti does not get proc first. The Zillian ulti will activate, and then the Yorick ulti will activate if I die again within the time frame. Alright guys, so that does mark the end of this episode of League of Myths. Please do throw in a like down below if you did enjoy it, and also share it with your friends. Don't forget to also write down your myth that you would like to be tested in the next episode, and who knows, maybe you'll see your name. You can write it down below in the comments, tweet at me at Redmercy LOL, or on my Facebook fan page. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.